So in your idea of a new capability approach to labor law, we know that national and national legal framework are very different. So in your idea of this new capability approach, can be a single capability approach, or we need different capability approaches?
Well, what a great question. There are two parts to the answer. One is, in one sense, my experience is, and let me say, I'm a Canadian, and I am a Canadian labor lawyer, and I was educated in Canada. I also studied labor law in England a long time ago. But I've traveled around the world in a number of places and taught at law schools, as I'm doing here at Padova. And I'm struck that actually the problems are the same everywhere. Local legal systems have different detailed ways of dealing with the fundamental problems, but the fundamental problems are the ones that Sen and Nussbaum put their finger on, which is what has labor law got to do with improving the lives of people so that they can live better, healthier, happier, longer lives, and that their children will go on to lead even better, longer, happier lives. And I think labor law has got a lot to do with that. So I think at a general level, the problems are the same everywhere. You're exactly right, however. At another level of detail, it's radically different. I know nothing about the details of other legal systems. I have only the vaguest idea about Spanish labor law where I've taught, or Italian labor law where I've taught, or Australian labor law where I taught, or Israeli labor law. But I believe the capability theory is quite capable of coming to grips with this detailed difference. In fact, Sen is very, very strong on this, stronger than Nussbaum in my view, that an essential element of capability theory is democratic deliberation by people about how they want to construct the institutions and laws and the way their society works. So it would be a mistake to think it would be like having a Washington consensus, that there's one big idea, it's the capability theory, and we just send it out around the world. I mean, that's a very old-fashioned idea of development. I believe now, and Sen's belief is that development must come from the bottom up. So it's actually empowering people, giving them real capability, real human freedom, right? And freedom is not only the end, not only the goal, it is the way there. So that democratic process is where we work out the detailed instantiations about what priorities we have. And it would be very surprising if the priorities of poor developing countries weren't radically different than the priorities of rich, developed northern OECD countries. So I think, and this is part of what divides Sen and Nussbaum. Nussbaum wants to have this list of concrete central capabilities. Sen is saying, no, don't do that. That is to impose a single vision on the world. The last thing we should do in the name of human capability, human freedom, is impose it. We want people to find their own path. And that is, I think, a very, very important idea. So I think at once it's, at a general level, it's universal, but it also has built within it the capability approach, the ability, in fact, the demand, the necessity that we differentiate and focus upon national systems. It's also the case that I think both Sen and Nussbaum, but certainly Nussbaum, is really focused on the state. They believe that it's only at the state level that we would have manageable or real democratic participation, so that the idea that the ILO would set sort of universal labor laws is a mistake, both pragmatically but also morally. It's a mistake from the point of view of the approach. We need to actually have human engagement, democratic engagement at a manageable level in order to, and in the current world as we now have it, the state is that unit of viable democratic participation. Not that it always works.